On the post game podcast, I'm your host, June. I got my boy B Foster, and once again, we have our featured player of the week. We're gonna jump right into it, Foster. Who are we talking about this week?
All right, this week we have Kyle Filipowski out of Duke. He's 20 years old. He is a 7-foot power forward / center, and he is 248 pounds. He had the potential to be a one and done player, but he decided to come back to school and improve on his stock. And at the next level, he is a big man stretch option, a pick and pop big man that can stretch the floor. He has player comps to Moritz Wagner and Kelly Olynyk, and he's able to initiate the fast break. He can stretch the floor, and he can pass out of the post. He has the potential to go anywhere from the top 10 to the middle of the first round, and he has questions of how high his ceiling can be with some younger guys with more upside. But he definitely has the skills to play at the next level as a power forward or center. He has the size and strength to be a center, but he lacks the length. He has a negative wingspan, which basically his arms are shorter than the average player, the average person at his height. Because it's obviously not negative wingspan, but his arms are shorter than what they should be at his height, basically. He may struggle to create in situations where he's facing up to the basket because he lacks blow-by burst. And he also shoots below 70%, which makes you question whether or not he truly is a guy that will be able to spread the floor at the next level. And despite his 7-foot frame, he lacks that shot blocking ability because of the short arms. He has shown perimeter foot speed, but realistically, at the next level, he's not going to be not locking down, your average four that can, that has any type of elusiveness. He's improved on his ball handling, which has made him a multi-dimensional threat, and he's shown the potential to be a playmaker as well. He improved his 3-point shooting output, and mostly in spot-up situations, and he will need to show more consistency to be a legitimate threat stretching the floor. He's finished with more physicality at the rim than he did in his freshman year, and he uses his stretch and footwork to carve out space. He uses spins, drop steps, and pivots with his back to the basket to create high percentage shots at the rim. But yeah, overall, he's as far as true big man, he's going to be one of the first to come off the board outside of Donovan Clingan. And the Pistons, as far as his fit with the Pistons, he doesn't have the high ceiling, but he has a decently high floor, and he is a four that can spread the floor to the next level, which spread the floor at the next level, which we do need. But just the fact that he has that negative wingspan and he's not much of a shot blocker, we definitely need a rim protector. So, and for him to not be, for there to be any type of questions as far as his ability to stretch the floor, We really don't need another guy that's back to the basket, can't face up, and isn't a rim protector. So not a great fit for the Pistons, but I think he's a good fit for a team that doesn't need him to play right away, and he can come off the bench and give you some consistency and fundamentals. And I think he can be a good fit at the next level for a team that fits his specific role. So that's Kyle Filipowski.
Foster, if you notice, pardon me, look at the picture. You see, I notice it's like he's getting the shot block on this one. It looks really close, and I'm like, wow, like this is not a good good pick going to the rack. It doesn't look like it's going to, like,
I mean, he might be able to get that over him, but
he probably get it over. But usually a 7-footer that close to the rim, that ball is a little higher. So I don't know.
Yeah, 7 feet tall. So that is pretty tall for a guy to pretty much be in your grill. It looks like he's about to catch an elbow. The other guy.
Yeah. And if you want to see the picture that we're talking about, all you have to do is subscribe to Bleachers Speaker on YouTube, and you can see all of this picture along with the other feature profile players that Foster talks about. He talks about these NBA players. He talks about NFL, and you can also catch the baseball show, the Detroit Tigers baseball show on this, and continue to listen to us with for your audio feeds through any podcast streaming platform. All you have to do is go into places like Spotify, Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, type in Post Game Podcast, FFSN, follow us so you'll get the alerts when we drop, and download the episodes. They don't take up much space. Just download the episodes, and you'll see more content like this. Once again, Foster, you've done a really good job. And as far as the Pistons go with this pick, I don't think he would be on the radar at 5.
Nah.
And he won't be around in the second round when it comes time for the Pistons to pick again. But who knows? Pistons you never know. They could trade down and wind up getting a guy like Filipowski or getting.
He reminds me of a Celtic for some reason, because I think Kelly Olynyk played for the Celtics. That's kind of the mold that he reminds me of.
Yeah, and I've seen him. I actually haven't watched much college basketball this year, but I've watched a lot of Duke basketball this year. So I've seen him play, and he's a pretty good player. So
yeah, I vividly remember his name his freshman year, which is why I said he was a one and done candidate, because he was pretty heavily touted as a freshman. So
all right, and there you have it, Kyle Filipowski.